In this creation, there are four laws that no one can ever change. I don't like to quote people very often, but when I do it because they've found a better way to put into words something that was already in my book. Today I'm gonna quote Bashar and his four laws of creation. But before I do that, I'd like to go briefly through my explanation of reality, which coincidentally looks very similar to Bashar's view on reality. It goes like this: our life is real, this world is real, but they are real just as an experience. They are real just as an illusion within another reality. In that other reality, there is no space, there is no time, there is just here and now, and there is just one. The one that is having all the experiences. Therefore, the one that is having also the experience of us. So let us have a look at these four laws of creation. First of all, why are they called laws of creation? Because they are always true. Because in our world we have, for example, laws that we came up with. And we can change those laws if we want to. Then there are laws in our world that we cannot change. We usually call them laws of nature. But these laws of nature are always true in our world. But they don't have to be true in other worlds. These four laws of creation are always true in every world that the one is experiencing. So, the first law: you exist. If you exist, you always did and you always will. Bashar explains this with saying that existence is already full with things that exist, and non-existence is already full with things that don't exist. How is that possible? Well, in a reality where there is only now, everything that ever existed and that ever will must exist now. What changes is the perception of that thing. But whenever we consider that thing to be, we consider it now. So now everything that ever existed and that ever will exists. So there is no place for something that does not yet exist to come into existence. Because if would ever come into existence, it would exist in the exact same now. Therefore, if you exist, quote unquote, you always did and you always will. And that's the fact. You cannot change. The second law goes like this. The one is all, and the all are one. What does that mean? That means, most and for all, that the one is having all the experiences. So he must be everybody else, because it's just him. And he has all the experiences as everyone else. But can we explain this in another way? We can explain this by looking at our life. In our life we have many experiences and even more instances in life. Every steel frame in our life would be an instance. If somebody would film our life, every pause, that's one instance. And in all of those instances, that's us. It's not somebody else, it's us. But at the same time, we are all of those instances, all of those experiences combined, because those experiences makes us who we are. So in every single moment we are as that single moment, a person in that single moment, but also as a combined version of all our moments, of all our experiences. And tomorrow, or in a few years, when we will have accumulated even more experiences, it's gonna still be us. That us, it's gonna be the same I am that is this today. So in that instance, as in accumulative himself. And that's exactly how the one is all of us, but all of us are also the one. The third law is what you put out is what you get back. This law is often misunderstood because we think that if we are good and if we love other people and love this earth, then this is how other people should treat us, and this earth should be a paradise. But that's not it at all. Every one of us, before we came to this world, made arrangements. We wanted to experience certain things, and those things will happen if we want them or not, because we have certain control in this world, but the most control we have is the control we had before we came to this world. We decided that we want to have the experience we have. Now it's a done deal. It's just that we have to go through it. But there is a maneuvering space in it. And our frequency, which is what we put out. We don't put out in reality anything else than our frequency. And if our frequency is well tuned, then our journey will be better. But it will still be the journey we've chosen before we came here. It's just that maybe we will be happier or more calm or more satisfied, but still within the same situation we've chosen before we came. There is something else that is important when we say that what we put out is what we get back. What we put out always, because everything happens now. So what we are putting out day after day after day, at the end of the day, we are putting out even at the time when we are not here. This is a concept that I cannot explain in a few simple words. But the fact is that what we put out is what we get back, is an absolute truth. Just the modality of it, the working out of it is quite different than we think it is. And then there is the fourth law. I don't know, maybe I didn't get it right, but still, with all due respect for him and his 4 laws, I would like to change this 4th law a little bit. Because Bashar would say that the change is the only constant and that everything changes except the first 3 laws. I would say that change is a constant and that everything changes except these 4 laws. Because if the 4th law would change, if just the first 3 laws would not change, that means that the 4th law could change, that technically means that the first 3 laws can change as well, and that means that they are not laws anymore. But it doesn't matter. It's technically, I guess, it's important. But the message is that even though everything already happened, because it happened now, the experience is always new. Because the experience is always experienced by the experiencer that is enriched by all the other experiences it has. So the one that is having all the experiences can grow infinitely, even though everything already happened. But he is looking all the time at everything from a different point of view. That's the beauty of the experiences the one is having. So my friend, enjoy your experiences. That's why you are here.